with a smile. Smoky moon, like a shiver, all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love.
Da mesma maneira que você, minha vida inteira jamais procurarei alguém que ame o meu amar como você. Não tenho medo nem insegurança. O sol nascerá e tu irás. Tenho confiança na sua intentação, tão conectada como o tendão. Eu tenho confiança na sua intentação, tão conectada como o tendão. Acredito em você, sei que tu tenho confiança em você. Sem dúvida tu irás. sempre jovem a você.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back. Shout out to the CIA.
It's not hard to fool me. Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a problem, cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah.
Big Shirley, move
Nothing
that
can
ass, girl.
stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I
Get 'em up.
realize.
Get 'em
Lead
up,
the
bud.
way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow
In the chat
to the
room.
edge of it all.
Hey, city.
So
Gender.
tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment
Tell them good
flies.
lines. We're fine no matter
So
what.
tell your
Hey,
good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what.
come on, come on, come on, come on.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Yeah.
Bobbity bobbity bop. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house, the FBI. How we doing? What's going on, Muse? How you doing with your sexy ass? Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back. How's everybody doing? For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional image consultant, and my job is to make sure you look good, smell great, and are the best version of yourself each and every day. But let's be honest, that ain't why you're here. You are here because you're trying to get something accomplished. You want to have a conversation about what? What are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about today? First thing we're going to talk about is hitting that like button. That like button right there, make sure we keep the engagement up over 50%. Likes, dislikes don't matter. So we don't have to do this. We don't want to hear those sounds. Make sure the like button is hit so we can keep on with the program. Right now, we should have over 3,000 likes, but we don't. I know everybody's in there saying, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Water cooler talk. I get it. I get it. But we got to do the show. We got to do the show, people. So we got to have everybody on one accord. That's the like button. All right. Let's get that right there. Let's put that there. There we go. Fragrance of the evening from Louis Vuitton. Eau Hasard. I don't know how to pronounce it. My French is terrible, but this is dope. Saffron, figs, masculine, good manliness, candle of the evening. It's one from one hotel called Kindling. When I was in Brooklyn, I kind of started digging that fragrance, so I brought it home. Where are my manners? Get a little red bullets. And let's get into the program. Let's get into the program. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you good? Are you great? I hope so. Is the view good? Do we need to zoom in? No. We're good right there. All right. So, how many people have had a chance to see the video uploaded late last night after Instagram? The video is entitled "Dating Doesn't Work for Modern Women." And that Instagram last night was a barn burner, a banger. If you missed it, go back and look, because pretty much everything I said in the monologue leading up to the conversations, strangely enough, kind of got shown. And why is that? Well, it is my position that, I'm sorry, it is testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. There's the sound. It is my position that modern dating doesn't work for modern women because women don't know how to pick men. I said it last night and I'll say it again. Women pick men based on tingles, what they like. And men, if you had men in your lives, like your fathers and the guys of the village and such and so forth, men pick men based upon outcomes. That's how men judge things. And last night I had a back and forth with a woman who was pretty indicative of everything that I was saying. In her case, thank you for calling in. She had been married to a guy that she was not equally yoked with. Knew him for a long time, married for a year and some change, and it fell apart. Then she went on down the road and was with a guy for 4 years. You got to go watch the video. And why is this important? Because why are you dating? What's the purpose of dating? What is it that you think you're going to find out in dating that's going to translate into making a good decision to marriage? This all started when I was watching Lapeef Let's Talk. You know what? I'll play the beginning of that. I'll play the beginning of my video from yesterday so you guys can get a good understanding in case you didn't see. Let me play the beginning of my video from yesterday, and maybe we'll get a better understanding as to why I said what I said yesterday. Let's do it this way.
In this moment, yes.
You see how that works?
I don't want to.
Of course not. What's going on? What is going on, man? Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house. Want to talk to you guys about a subject that I've been putting a lot of thought into since I heard something. And I want you guys to just open your mind for half a second before you decide to close your ears like so many folks do. Like these glasses, half tortoise shell. Let's put these on. Like you close your eyes like so many people. I want you guys to think about this. Dating doesn't work. Dating does not work for modern people. It does not work. It simply does not work. To accomplish the point. Where am I thinking about this? Well, you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's listen to something I heard on another show.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm expecting what am I looking for me being in a relationship for 1 year versus us getting married straight away, because there's nothing that you're not going to know about someone without being with them anyway. But I'm not going to waste time and, how can I say this? I'm not going to allow time for me to have premarital sex, because I'm not going to, if you're not having sex with a person, you're not going to stay that long with them before you get married, okay? We're not just going to sit around and talk. So we get married to prevent us from fornicating, from possibly having premarital sex, by accident, as I said. So that's why we tend to get married. And also, if things go wrong, then they go wrong. But this is why your father is there to vet your man. This is why the families are so involved. To be that net, if something does go wrong, the family is there. And the family has already vetted that person for me. My father already spoke to my husband. My father already knew the type of man my husband was. Men tend to see things in other men that women can't. I don't know why, but from what I've seen here is like, girls, we tend to be kind of slow when it comes to picking partners, because it's hard for women to get past that adrenaline of like, oh, I like this guy because he's exciting and he makes me feel so butterflies. But my father knew how to pick a stable man for me. He knew how to pick one that was a hardworking man who wasn't going to let bills get behind, let things just happen. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that I understood the question right.
You did.
Like it or not, that was it. She said it better than I could say it. Modern women tend to be slow when it comes to picking a man. Yada, 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 yada. Study long, study wrong. You guys will be in relationships for 3, 4, 5 years, never get married, and think that's not a big deal. Many modern women would rather be in a 7-year relationship than a 6-year marriage. And like I said, so many women are like, well, I don't want to make a mistake. All your relationships are mistakes. Because you don't know. We're in the first part of the relationship. It's like in our community, modern women are stuck in high school. The first part, the courting, the dating, the getting to know, the exciting. But the real part, the moving in, the building life together, we never get to that part. It's like all we know how to do is the first part. And then we get to the second part. And what you hear is so many women, well, what if he's crazy? You guys are more likely to be crazy than him. Well, what if he leaves you? 80 to 90% of divorces filed in our community are filed by women. Well, what if he's a con artist? I don't want to lose all my stuff. Only 9% of you earn over $74,000 a year. All of these are just deflections, excuses to, well, you got to get to know someone to be comfortable. Anybody who has ever been married will tell you, you can't get to know somebody truly until you live with them. Just like having to learn how to swim, you have to eventually take the leap. But that's the problem. Many of you ladies know deep down that you don't know how to pick a man. And I got a question. Why is it so good to be a spinster? Why is it okay to get to be 50 years old, unmarried, no children? That used to be shameful. It used to be that if a woman got to a certain age and was unmarried with no kids, that was looked at. But now y'all call this freedom, independent. And if you listen to the woman that came on after that, she said all of these things. And what came right down to is fear. Inability to know how to pick a man because you're so worried about picking a man that makes you tingle. You got to have that anaconda. You pick the things that make you excited. And there is nothing that you can learn dating guy A that's going to help you be married to guy B. What do you need to know? Basic background information. Demographics, employment history, medical record, criminal record. If you want to do a background check, do that. But after that, everything else modern women need to know about their husband, they're going to learn on the job. See, that's the real issue. It used to be where women were actually raised and taught how to actually work with a man. So if a man came around looking for a wife, he said, I'm looking for a wife, and his job was here, her job was this. But now, so many women are doing men's jobs. You're working, paying bills, all this other kind of stuff, and you don't know how to do anything else in around the house. You don't bring anything to the table. I think many modern women avoid getting married because they don't want to be found out to be frauds. They don't want to be found out to be insufficiently prepared to do anything other than the beginning. I said it and I meant it. We're good at the beginning. The talking, the courting, the sex. But what happens after you've had that? Eventually, it gets old. It's just Tuesday. The same old crackers. Are you any good in the other rooms, ladies? And the issue is not the men. See, that's what I was told when I was growing up. These men don't want to be married. No. Everyone, if you listen to my show over the last year, how many times do you hear women say they've been proposed to, they've been engaged? They've had suitable men come along and then they pick the wrong guy over and over and over again. And one of the worst things you can do, lady, is pick the wrong guy and make a baby with him and then think you're going to turn around and pick Mr. Right. Let's talk about it. I want to hear from modern women. I want to understand how long does it take you, should it take you to get married? I know what I believe. It should take you 6 months. But I'll split the difference with you, modern women, because I know you'll freak out at 6 months. 1 year. You should only spend 1 month with a man. 1 January, 1 February, 1 March, 1 April, 1 May, 1 June, 1 July, 1 August, 1 September, 1 October, 1 November, 1 December. And after that, it's either down the aisle or out the door. There shouldn't be a second January. Dating is you're either seeing somebody to get married or get gone. But so many of you will sit in these no-worry relationships hoping that the man that hits it right for you will eventually try to make you a wife when he was never a husband and you were never ready. Oh, shit. Oh. And then you got the nerve to when it gets around here.
Danger zone!
This is when you start realizing, oh my God, all I've done is had a bunch of 2-year relationships that went nowhere. Oh my God, I'm not any closer. I don't really know what to do. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to focus on my career. I'm going to focus on my career. And we're going to hot girl summer, go here, go to Miami, go here, go to California. Then you mess around and you in no man's land, 36 to 60. Then you fucking around and freezing eggs, freaking out because you ain't got nobody that's seriously considering you or betting you to be a wife. So this is when you start getting this is what happens around this age. This is when women in their mid-30s start reaching out to the hey big head. Start reaching out to guys you used to know back in the day, trying to find somebody to be a sperm donor for your frozen egg so you can become a voluntarily single mama. And that is what is successful modern women. That's what you went to college for, and that's why you got a degree and got out here and paying your bills. This is what you did all this for? Please tell me why you went to college for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years.
I'm a PhD.
You did it for this? You did it so you can come home and look at your dog or your cat? You did it for this. To be stressed out at a job that you hate. But you gotta have that job because that's all you got. You got no man, you got no husband, you got no family. All you got is a job you hate, Fannie Mae on your neck, and a bunch of girlfriends. Y'all looking at each other like, what did we do? Which one of y'all gonna be the first one to jump out and say, enough? Which one of y'all is gonna be the first one to say, get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! I don't know how to do this. I'm tired of this dating stuff. I'm ready to actually get on somebody's program and be somebody's wife. Not be somebody's partner. Oh, let's talk about it. I know some of you ladies gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about? These men out here, now, the men ain't got no problems, and especially the kind of men that you ladies want. These men who are productive, competitive, successful, higher value men, high value men. Oh, see, that's what your real problem is. Because I talked to a woman earlier today. I talked to several, and I said, if you're an attractive woman and a woman, how do you let a man that you're interested or attracted to know that you're do you even send choosing signals? And the sad part is, in our community, so many women in our community don't feel like they should have to do a damn thing to attract a man. Flirt, send a signal, buy a drink, flip hair. We got women who don't think they need to smile because so many women are used to just bringing your ass to the table. You're used to, because what you've done, ladies, is modern women have made sex easy. So with sex, you can get male attention, but it's low level. All you get is male attention. You get the lowest quality male attention possible for the highest thing you have to offer. Thus, you never develop any skills other than sex. And then when your sex gets old, 30 years old, 35 years old, it's not as popping as it was at 21. It's not as valuable. And this is what really trips women out. When you realize, like so many women out there, that you're not the pretty young thing you used to be. There's a new model out there, and guys aren't checking for you like you used to. You take too long. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to hear from the women who disagree. If you want to tell me, no, you should date somebody 10 years, 15 years. You should get married to somebody, even though you're only a school teacher or somebody with a communications degree making $40,000 a year. You need to protect your assets. Tell me about all this institutional wealth you have that you need to protect. Let's talk about this. I want to hear why it takes so many modern women so long to walk down the damn aisle. And in our community, 1 in 4 of our women will marry. And the next lowest grade of women, Becky and them, they at least get married at a rate of 54%. And when I said that to that woman, she got up and said, I don't want to be compared to no white woman. I'm not comparing you to a white woman. We can talk about marital rates because every other group of women tend to realize, you know what? You like it or not, whether your mama said it or not, smart women get men. Smart women get husbands. Smart women decide to move forward and stop acting like they can do it all by themselves. That's what smart women decide to do. Silly women, childish women, dare I say, I don't want to be pejorative in this sense, but some of our women are just moving like junior high schoolers because of fear. But you know what? Let's see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. You got the Zoom link. What you're going to have to do to get on here, ladies, when I open the Zoom line, you need to only have Zoom open, not YouTube. Don't have me on Bluetooth or speakerphone. Don't be walking around moving. Please be stationary because you're on a broadcast that everybody can see. The light source needs to be in front of you, not behind you. If you don't want to be on camera, all you have to do is ask to not be on camera, but you must be seen on my screen. If I can't see you, I'm not bringing you on. If I can't see you, I'm not bringing you on. Because I really want to talk, really want to ask modern women, why are you so afraid to commit? What are you so scared of? You're afraid to make a mistake. And all you do is make mistakes by not making a choice. All you do is make mistakes by not making a choice. Let's get it.
Os livros na estante já não têm mais tanta importância. Do muito que eu li, do pouco que eu sei, nada me resta, a não ser a vontade de te encontrar. O motivo já nem sei, nem que seja só para estar ao seu lado, só para ler no seu rosto uma mensagem de amor. Uma mensagem de amor. Os livros na estante já não têm mais tanta importância. Do muito que eu li, do pouco que eu sei, nada me resta a não ser.
Get those donations up, get the lights up, because if I look down and we don't have them, we won't get to this next part. I wanted to get through this stuff.
Nem que seja só para estar ao seu lado, só para ler no seu rosto uma mensagem de amor. Mensagem
Get 'em up.
de amor.
All right, here we go. Here's how this is going to work. If you don't want to be on the screen, you don't have to be. All you have to do is ask, say, hey, I prefer not to be on YouTube. I'll honor that. But it might, but nonetheless, you still waive rights to privacy, whether you ask or not. I'll just try not to get you on here if you want to get on. But you got to be seen right here. No one can see you right here except me. All right. Say, what's going on? And now you got to turn all your cameras on in the Galleria, or else you can't be on. Let's get them up. Okay. Mute yourself.
Move. But
Hello.
oh, hi.
How are you?
I am well.
How old?
I don't want to be on
Okay, no,
YouTube.
what is
though.
all that in the background? That a kid?
Um, I can't get my kiddos. She's awake.
Okay.
Samara,
Okay. Well, I'm running the show, so let's
hold
get
on
this
one second.
going. Yeah, yeah. Goddamn. Get y'all's kids under control, please. Let me call over here. We got your kids under control. um, seriously, man. You ready? Let's see. Yeah. Get them up. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right. So, are you married or single?
I am happily single.
Then why you got a kid?
Um, I'm happy to have her. It
You
just
got a
happened
what?
like that.
You got a what?
It just happened like that.
No, it didn't happen like that. You had unprotected sex before you were married.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my goodness.
I don't have time for this. I'm time for this. Get your shit together. I see why you single. I see why you single. I see why women like her are single. See, ladies, there's always a reason why baby mamas are like that and single. There's always a reason. Can't control your house. You got a kid crawling all over you at 11 o'clock. All right. Uh, Last name Brown. Your audio's not connected. Last name Red. Your audio's not connected. There it is. Let's unmute you. Lady Red, unmute.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 in October.
26?
Yes.
All right. Why does it take women so long to get married?
In my personal experience, it hasn't been for a lack of desire.
What do you mean for a lack of
had
desire?
I haven't really had suitable people that were interested. Like you said, much like you said, I have been proposed to on more than one occasion.
Wait a minute. Wait a
However,
minute. Wait.
those
I want to
individuals,
step through this. I want to step through this. You're
okay,
26 and you haven't had suitable people. What's the longest relationship you ever had?
a year and a few months,
How long ago was that?
about 3 years ago.
And how old was he?
The same age as I was. We were both like 24, turning 25.
That's too young to be getting married for a man, really. But but the way I'm listening to you is the problem is men, not you. You haven't had any
um,
suitable men.
I wouldn't say that exactly,
Okay.
but I feel like you said, 25 is a little bit young to be getting married.
For a
And
man,
I'm
not for
just,
you. For a man, not for
well,
you.
yeah. But I generally tend to date somewhat close to my age range.
Well, that's a problem.
Just,
See, what y'all going to do is y'all want the
why?
shit to work the way you want to. It doesn't work that way. You ladies want to date the way you want to. You want the men to be rich, young, attractive, and good in bed. Where the hell
No,
do they make these supermen?
it don't even got to be like that. That's the thing. Like, there have been
Why are
gentlemen that I
you
wouldn't have
if men
minded
aren't ready for marriage
marrying,
around your
but
age, if men are not ready for marriage around your age, what does that mean?
I didn't say I wouldn't be open to dating someone older.
It
I
doesn't
just
matter. See, the thing is,
generally haven't.
I want you guys to understand this is the notion. I didn't say you wouldn't be open. It ain't like you got any options. Either you're open
Well,
to
I can
this.
only date what approaches or attracts
Listen.
me.
Either you're open to the men who are looking for wives or buy a dog and die alone. That's what I need you ladies to understand. Y'all act like y'all got all these damn options. Men choose who become wives, not you.
Exactly. So if men aren't
And the
choosing
men
me
who
and the
are
men
looking
that
for
are
wives are not your
pursuing
age.
me, I am. Did you not hear me say I'm open to dating older men? But if older men aren't approaching me or aren't
No, you
engaging me,
said no.
what am
What
I
I
to
heard you say is the
do?
men. What I heard you say is the men you date are around your age.
I said the men that I've dated have tended to be close to my age. That's
And who
because
gets
I'm
to
not
and
out
who gets to
throwing
choose
myself
and
at
who gets to
men.
choose and who gets to choose who you date? No, no, no.
Stop talking! Stop talking!
That's not how that shit works. You get to choose who you date. See, gentlemen, what ladies and gentlemen, what you're starting to see is the modern woman.
How do I choose who I date
You get to
if
choose
I
who you
don't
date.
choose who
Okay,
approaches me?
listen, very simple.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Every man that wants to go out with you, you go out with each and every one of them. Yes or no?
The ones that I actually
Every
meet in
man that
person,
wants to go
yeah.
out with you. See, that's why I said it really slow and loud. And you notice that when they want to be disingenuous and lie, lack accountability, they will not answer the question as asked. Every man that wants to go out with you, you go out with them. Yes or no?
No, I don't date
Right.
people without.
No. No.
Stop talking! Stop talking!
I've just about had enough of you.
I don't think you get it. You don't get to keep talking. Okay. Well, since she can't seem to do it this way,
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
you're gonna this has to go back. Well, see, when I start talking, you got to stop. Stop looking at TV and pay attention to what's going on. Maybe it'll go better. Well, don't work. Have the conversation of you because
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I'm
work.
on a, it's a chat. I do apologize. I mean, I'm not talking to anyone. It's just a chat.
Well, you're
And
not
I'm
sharp
working
enough. Well,
right
you're not.
now.
Well, whatever you're doing, dear, you're not quick enough to keep up with what you're doing and what's going on here because you're behind.
Okay, how am I
So my
behind?
point is this, ma'am. You have choices of who you date. Men choose who become wives. You don't go out with every man that wants to go out with you. That means you choose. If you keep making yourself available to younger men and choosing to go out with younger men, then you're going to end up in relationships with younger men. That's simple. 2 + 2 = 4. If you choose to continue to make yourself available to men who are too young or not marriage minded, you're not going to have men who are looking for marriage to date. Did anyone in the audience miss that simple logic?
Okay, so how would you
Do you under
propose that I
before we
make
before
myself
we
available to older men?
before we do that? Did you understand that basic concept?
I
Seriously.
do. I
All right.
do. It seems to be an oversimplification, but I do
It's not an
understand it.
oversimplification. Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
Okay.
Oversimplification. If you want to buy
Yeah.
milk, if you want milk, you go to a place that sells milk. You don't go to a place that sells grass or beef. You go to get milk. You want bread, you go to a place that sells bread. You don't go to a place that sells tires. But in your mind, that's an oversimplification. If you can't get this basic concept, you need to be alone.
So again, I'm asking, how do you propose I make myself available specifically to older men? I mean, I go out, I network, I
Where do you
work in the
go?
community,
Where
I
do you
attend
go? Where do you
church.
go? Where do you
I
go?
attend networking events in my community, like
Networking events like
seminars.
what? Like what? Like what? Ma'am, give me
Are you going
some
to?
specifics. Where do you go?
I'm trying to answer. I go
I
to
don't need all the background. Where do you specifically go?
seminars in the community. I'm
Seminars.
a
That's
member of a,
business. Seminars. Seminars.
yes,
That's
networking.
business.
That
That's
I,
business. That's business. That's business. Where do you
okay.
go
Are you going to?
socially? Where do you go socially?
I go to restaurants and clubs and bars. I've been to
When's the last time
music
you went to a
festivals
restaurant?
in
When's the
my
last
area.
time you went to? Okay, when I start talking, I'm really trying to.
I'm sorry. I don't know if there's a delay. I'm trying to stop when I hear you start. I'm sorry if
When's the
there's a
last time
delay.
you went to a restaurant?
Last week
Last week when?
on a Thursday on my off
On a
day.
Thursday. Did you go and did you go to the restaurant by yourself or did you go with friends?
No, I went alone
Where did you sit?
at the bar.
What time did you go?
A little bit after lunch, so around 2 or 3.
2 or 3. In the middle of the workday. I used to work in restaurants. You know when the deadest time in any restaurant is? Between lunch and dinner.
Okay.
So you go to seminars where work is being done. You go to restaurants during dead hours. Next.
That was one occasion, but okay.
Ma'am,
I
I'm just
go to
going down the list.
you haven't allowed me to really provide you a list, but
Let me
okay.
let me
So
help you out. Let me help you out.
I asked you where you would
Sign language.
propose I
Here's the
go
problem. But here's the
rather
problem.
than
They know too
asking
much. They know
me.
too much. They know too much. Well, here's the thing. Keep doing what you're doing, because honestly, this conversation has been. You stay exactly where you are. Y'all see her come and leave, because it shouldn't be that damn hard to have a conversation. It shouldn't be that damn hard. If you can't figure out where the men are, you don't deserve you don't deserve to do. If you think going into a restaurant at 2 o'clock in the afternoon is supposed to find you a husband, you deserve to be by yourself. Look here, dude. Get off my show. What's this dude's name? Stop calling my show, you freak. I mean, that's just ridiculous, man. And a woman like her will be sitting back wondering, well, where all the good men at? At dinner? You mean I couldn't find nobody at 3 o'clock at IHOP? No. Anybody in here who's worked in a restaurant knows there's the lunch rush is between you work lunch, you make your money between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. You cash out and you leave. Between 2 and 5 is when they start prepping for dinner. The morning shift leaves, the afternoon shift comes in, the menu changes, and this rocket scientist is showing up, thinking I'm gonna find me a husband at the slowest part. Now everybody else would think, you know what? Why don't I go somewhere after work hours where people are off work and don't have to go nowhere? And why am I being so hard on this? Because this is what the modern woman thinks about mating. They don't want to have to put any work in. They don't even want to have to put a fucking brain cell into it. I should just sit there and be. That's why I'm doing this. Because that shows you how little effort modern women really think they have to put into actually being found. You can sit there and laugh and smile all you want to. You look foolish. And you sound even more foolish. Yes, you. You look like a straight fool. Damn raptor claws. Uh, Brown, your audio's not connected, so I'm gonna have to put you back. You need to try to come back in. Bradshaw, same thing. Uh-huh. Do. Yeah. So if your camera is not on, I'm gonna put you back. That's just a microphone, no camera, so we're going to remove you. All right. So we're going to go to Zoom. Go ahead. After that, we're going to go to iPhone and then Zoom user. So Zoom user, go ahead. There it goes. I think that woman's. I think she's missing a few. She's sitting there just smiling like the Cheshire Cat. I mean, go ahead. And the women in there laughing at her like, God damn, they see it too. Y'all see her? Something off with that girl. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Ma'am, I'm not making this up. These women see you.
I'll make you famous.
Go ahead and unmute, please. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, Kevin. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Why does it take modern women so long?
I would say maybe it's the fact that we have so much freedom. And so with options comes confusion, especially if you don't have probably like an idea of what you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like basically where I'm at now, like speaking
Very,
personally.
very astute observation, young lady. Very,
Thank
very astute observation. Probably one of the most dead on observations I've heard this year. Something I learned in sales is when you're going to sell something, you don't give a client three or four or five proposals. You give them two. If you give them too many, they'll be overwhelmed. But if you don't give them enough, they won't feel like they have a choice. You give them two. And if you're going to go up extremely high, you give them three. The one you don't want, the top one, and the one you want in the middle. So, that being said, if women have too many choices, how do you go about getting modern women to accept to how do you go about getting modern women to pick then? Because everybody wants choice. I agree. Everybody wants choice, but no one wants to choose. Everybody wants change, but they hate to pick. How do we fix that? You muted yourself, I think. I can't hear you.
Can
There
you
you
hear
go.
me?
I can now.
Okay, so to kind of add on to what you said about the fear of choosing, I
Mhm.
think maybe knowing that you made a mistake and then having to take accountability for that.
Well, wait,
Um,
women have a lot of choices. Let's say you got
mhm,
20 guys to pick from.
mhm.
How you gonna pick?
Well, I would say going from within, so knowing yourself and what you want. So starting there. So kind of like what you normally ask, like, do you want to be married? Do you want to have children?
Well,
Um,
let me make it more specific. You
yeah.
got 10 guys, and they all want a relationship. They all want to be. They all want a commitment. They all want to be married.
Hmm.
Eventually, you got to pick. So my question is, how do you pick, and then what kind of time frame? Here's how you pick.
Okay.
You put a clock on it. You got to put a clock on it, and you got to know you got to get the most important things. You don't get everything. You got to get roughly 80% of what it is you want, and that's the important stuff. Like human beings. Human beings need basic stuff: food, water, shelter, safe. Food, water, shelter. Right? The
Yeah.
basics.
Mhm.
You don't need air conditioning. You don't need a car. And if the world ended tomorrow, that's the basics. We'd all go for that. And then after that, we'd make choices. Ladies, you got to pick the basics. I need a man who's working, this, that, and then pick. But see, therein lies the problem, right?
Yeah. I guess knowing like going back in within yourself, like you said, things that is needed just for survival, most important. And then like the other stuff will be kind of like added extras. So really just knowing that, and then I guess the qualities of a man as well. I guess that would be the extras, like
You can't know all
him
those. You
being
can't know
good.
all that. You can't know all that. You can't know all that. And under 6 months, you can't know all that. And that's the thing.
Mhm.
See, we were doing good until we started getting to all the stuff that's going to make you feel more comfortable. You can't know all that.
Okay.
Your grandmother and your great grandmother couldn't know all that. They didn't date for years. We're talking
So,
about we're
mhm.
talking about between a month and 6 months. What can you learn and know about somebody to be married to them? That's what you get to know, and that's the basics. Everything else is on the job training. I
So
know
would
this.
you?
Hold on. I'm gonna get to
Mhm.
some other people
Okay. Mhm.
because that's the problem, folks. Modern women have too many choices and they're free, and women don't like to pick. We give uh, emotional beings have all the option in the world. Okay, who is this? Alondra, hello. Wade, hi. Ready to go? All right. Hello. How are you?
All right. Hi, Kevin. I'm good. I gotta say something before you ask me my age. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you, and you are the Godfather. And every time I watch you on your show, you are nothing but sharp.
Hmm. How old are you? Appreciate it.
I'm 27.
All right. Why is it taking modern women so long to choose?
Um, in my belief, in my
Hmm?
opinion, it's taking modern women so long to choose because, as you said, they want it all, and they're not looking at the key factors that are the most important. For instance, for me, am I allowed to wait? Am I allowed to insert my
Go ahead.
opinion?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think that a lot of modern women are looking for men with first off, they're looking at the exterior, not the interior.
Mhm.
Um, I think that they're looking to be taken care of aside from a union, and I think that they're very materialistic and very sedity. And that does not go to say that a woman shouldn't have her preferences because certain men do too. But
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do
mhm,
this. I like the first two.
okay,
Modern women are not looking for the basics. Okay.
mhm,
Then modern women are not looking, they're looking to be taken care of instead of looking to take care of and do for somebody. That's the big difference. When your grandmother, my grandmother married my grandfather, they knew they had to come in and take care of the house, the cooking, the cleaning, the washing. They had a job to do. Today, modern women are looking for the biggest, looking for the most luxury ride, and then want to decide what color the interior is and don't want
right.
to pay for it. Thank you. I think that's given us a lot to work on. Appreciate it, sis. Nice
Oh no, I
glasses, by the
appreciate
way.
you. And listen, Kevin, peace and blessings. Take
Thank you,
care.
my sis. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
That was good. The basics, I think we all know that. But you're not coming into relationships with the idea of what can I do for you? Whatever you like, how can I serve you? Modern women are walking in a relationship like, what you gonna do for me? You need to do this, 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 this. Y'all don't come into this with an idea like you gotta serve him. You gotta do something for him. Oh, this house ain't big enough. We need this, we need that. That's why you're trying to pick and I like his money, but I like his house. I like his swag, but I like his sex. No, you don't get that. Um, all right, here we go. Cynthia, you ready? Yeah, Lady Red. You see how conversations go, Lady Red? You see? That's how people who are paying attention have conversations. While you sitting over there just laughing. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. You see the person up in the corner? That's who we laughing at tonight. How you doing, ma'am?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 27.
27. So the question on the table is why does it take modern women so long to pick? Because dating doesn't work. What do you think?
Well, I do think that dating doesn't work. I feel like we've been told, well, modern women have been told that we can have everything without doing anything, or we feel like oh goodness, I just lost my train of thought. I'm nervous. I didn't
That's
expect for you to
okay. That's okay. Are you
click
single,
on
by
me,
the
but
way?
I'm sorry.
Are you single or
Yes,
married?
single.
Get the likes up, people. We will go to break. Go ahead. Modern
Yes.
women been told you can have everything. Okay.
Yes, and dating just doesn't work. Like we've been told to date, basically. Like, don't, you can't get with a man and expect to just get married soon. You have to date. But, from
But
experience, it's like
what's the purpose
dating.
of dating though?
We've been told that dating would somehow majestically teach us that we're ready to be married, or it'll somehow make us ready for marriage. But I personally never agreed with that sentiment, but I have been told that to date
Okay, and
first.
I get it to date. Okay, but my thing is, I agree. Dating. 'Cause I think people confuse dating with what used to be courting. Courting was a very short period. It was very short. So now we're at this place to where we're just dating, and we're like still stuck in high school dating for years. All right, so let me go. So, do you want to be married?
I do. I
All
do
right.
want to be
Let
married.
me get on. Let me move on to some other folks. I'm gonna bring you back in. So here's
Okay.
what we're gonna do, folks. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are really tripping here. So here's what we're gonna do. We got 20,000 people in here. We don't even have over 10,000 likes, and we all and on the activity. So if y'all want to end the show, we can end it right now. Get the likes up, and it's 20,000 y'all. At least 30 of y'all can hit the damn super chat button. Put $1 in it. This is not no. Nowhere else on YouTube are you getting stuff that's actually moving the needle. Y'all ain't gonna pimp me. Y'all ain't gonna pimp me. So this is what we're gonna do. I appreciate and to the people who normally donate. I appreciate it. I want to see new folks. I want to see new names in there. Now, there's a lot of content on YouTube. I appreciate the folks that come watch it, but damn it, let's. I think they think I'm playing. Hold on, ladies. Doing these things. I love that we're moving the thing forward, but you still got something to run. So here we go. Cynthia, you were on. Lloyd, you're on. Sai, you're on finally. Miss Brown, go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Brown. Unmute yourself. You got to unmute yourself. Hello. Okay, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
You have YouTube playing in the background. I hear it. I hear it going.
Okay, I just turned it off.
All right, we can't do that. All right. So, how old are you?
I'm 36.
You forgot how old you were?
I forgot how old I was.
Really?
Yes.
Well, this how old you are. Are you single or are you
36.
married?
I'm single.
Any
I am
children?
still single. No children.
So you're in no man's land. Why? Why are you single with no kids and almost 40 years old? What happened?
Okay, so my story is about
You got to
10
make it
years.
quick. You got to make it quick.
Okay,
Okay.
10 years ago, I decided to be single. I was celibate for about 3 years. And then I decided to go back into the dating scene. I dated a few people, probably yearly, twice a year. Last relationship or dating
20
should
seconds.
ended about
20
it
seconds.
lasted about 2 years, and then
20
nothing
seconds.
happened.
You got 20
Nothing
seconds to end this
happened.
story.
I got nothing. I got nothing. The end result was
Okay, but I
nothing.
want to understand this. You are a woman that decided
Uh-huh.
to, in your mid 20s. Okay, you have background noise going on.
No, sir.
There's like is there a speakerphone or something? Or am I on a mobile device or you're on your laptop? What are you on?
I'm on my mobile device.
All right, may want to turn the volume down a little bit because it's maybe on speaker. Okay, but in your mid 20s, you decided to be celibate for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Why do y'all think this works?
You know what?
No, 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 no.
Honestly,
I'll let you. No, no. That was a rhetorical question.
okay.
You're in charge of all of this and you don't know how to pick. So this is what y'all do. This is what women do. I get out of here, I get my feelings hurt, so I'm gonna go do some protective stuff. I'm gonna join the church, I'm gonna become a born again virgin, I'm gonna believe on Jesus, and then that's gonna help me pick better. Then you get out here, and then you're older, more used, cautious, traumatized, no therapy, still nobody helping you pick, then you still picking on what makes you tingle. You know what's happening?
What? Tell me.
Y'all don't know how to pick. You just getting older, and then you got the nerve to get out. And but what don't you do? You're not staying in the gym. You're not making yourself any more valuable or making yourself any more what men want.
Wait, let me tell you. I did join the gym. I actually I actually was down to a size 6. So I was
Down
going
to a
through
size six.
well, now, no,
Down
now
to a size six.
quarantine done put
Stop,
some
stop,
weight
stop,
on me.
stop, 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 stop. Down to a size six.
Yes.
What were you before?
Well, prior to that, I was about a size 12. Then I went
Thank you.
down to
Stop right there.
okay.
That's exactly what I said. You're not what we want. You're fat and not picking well.
Okay, but let
A
me tell
size
you.
six is still a size, is one size too big for a single
No, sir.
woman.
No, sir. Let me
Oh,
tell
yes,
you.
ma'am. I don't know who you think you're talking to. Yes, it is.
Down, when I went down to
No. Y'all act like women just came along when y'all came along. Y'all are too damn big. Your grandma want this big. Go back in your family album. The women weren't no bigger than the men. That's what I said. You don't know how to pick. Then you go out and decide to become born again virgin, celibate, defensive. Then you blow up. First off, you don't blow up. You're already too big to begin with. Then you got the nerve to put on some weight. Then you come down to a size 6 and you act like you're doing us a favor when you should be a dress size 4. You should be a dress size 4. Single, no kids, you got no reason to be over a dress size what? What? Gentlemen, why do they act like they're doing us a favor when they drop down to a dress size 6? From the 12, why are you up there? I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to all women because you're not what men want. Men are not going to marry what they don't want. Men get to pick. And one of the biggest problems today is the modern women are too large. You're not supposed to say it, but it's the truth. Now, I had to say all that because you weren't going to let me get it out. You're not going to overtalk me. So you can be, your weight can be down, it can be good for you, but that's fine. But understand what is good for you and maybe an accomplishment for you, don't change the market. The market is what it is. Unmute yourself.
The market has proven to fail.
No, you
Okay.
no the mark men have proven to
They like
fail.
big women. They
Excuse me.
like big women.
You are out of your
You
French
know,
toast mind. They are not. This is the problem. This woman is insane. They are
really.
not marrying big women. Poor men. You
Oh
don't marry
yeah.
big. Again, this is what they believe. It's your fault. Where do productive, competitive, successful men, high value men marry fat chicks? No, no, no. You're gonna answer the question I asked, not the way you want to. Because I'm not gonna do this delusion with you. You're gonna say the market has failed. Men have not failed because men aren't the ones complaining about relationships today. It is
I
y'all.
tested it out and it did not work for
Ma'am,
me.
you have tested what out?
I went down, I worked out, I
You've
ate
tested
right.
what out? Before you tell me what you did, what did you test out?
That's what I'm saying. I went down, I did my whole self
Went
love
down what,
thing,
ma'am? You went
and
down
nothing
what? Make it
happened.
specific. You went down what?
I went down a few sizes,
A few sizes down. You went down. What's the smallest dress size you've been in your adult life,
a size 6,
ma'am? And how tall are you,
5'5".
ma'am? Like it or not, that's still one dress size above what most men want.
Okay,
The average
but
weight,
this is
average
the
height of an
American.
American woman is 5'4". The average weight of an American woman used to be 120,
Used to
125.
be
Excuse me,
exactly.
ma'am. Shut the French. Don't do that. I'm trying to be. You can't overtalk me, man. And I don't care if you like it or not. Go back in your family history. Women today, black women in particular, y'all really try to justify your weight, and it's
Uh-huh.
indefensible. It's indefensible.
I'm not trying to justify it. It's just the mere facts.
Yeah, facts, and facts are what their feelings. That's what facts are.
Okay,
That's what
so tell
that's
me what
what
I'm
facts
doing
are. That's
wrong.
what facts are. Your feeling. Well, guess what, ma'am? Enjoy. If what you say is the truth, then go ahead. Get up to Lizzo's size. You should have a plenty of men trying to pick you. You're out of your damn mind. This is the problem. The
Tell
delusion
me
and
what I
denial
can.
is real. The delusion and denial is real. The delusion and you ain't got to worry about nobody trying to marry you. The delusion and denial is real. Wow. Y'all hear that? The market has chosen big women. This is why this whole body acceptance culture, women like her really get confused. They think these women are winning. We judge by wedding rings, ma'am. That's how we judge by wedding rings. Let me do this again. You know what? I'll do this even better. That's how we do it. Even better. That's how we judge by wedding rings. Seems though we're gonna do this, ma'am. Seems though you think that's right. We'll finish this part out. You gotta unmute yourself. You hit the again. Or did I hit that? My bad. Go ahead and unmute yourself, ma'am.
I'm here.
We judge by wedding rings. Okay. Do
Okay.
productive, competitive, successful, higher value men typically marry large women? That's a yes or no, and that's a yes or no question, man. And
For
look,
love of a
look, look,
show.
look, look, look. The shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. She can't tell the truth. She cannot tell the truth. I want you to look at it. It can't come out of her mouth. Watch it, folks. She'll
Kevin,
choke on the words. Ma'am, do productive, competitive, successful men, higher value men tend to marry large women? Yes or no, ma'am? I don't want to hear anything other than the yes or no. Then you can say something. Yes or no?
I believe so.
All right. Enjoy. Okay.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Uh,
That's
breathing,
what I'm here for. What am I
breathing,
doing?
breathing.
Breathe.
Yeah, breathing. Because every time
Mm,
I try to tell you something, your stubborn ass wants to be right.
that's black woman.
No, that's
Ab-
you. That's you.
no, that's
That's
average
you. I'm
black
not gonna
women.
put that on all black women. I'm gonna put that on you.
No, that's
And that's
average
why you
black
are.
women. Yeah.
Because the number one thing men want, all men want in a woman, is cooperation. And that is what
Really?
you are extremely low in. Big, sassy.
Luther, are you angry with me?
You can't make this shit up. You can't get.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs.
I told
chicken,
you.
turkeys,
What did I
rabbits.
tell you? Didn't I tell you? Because I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. It does not matter. The evidence can be in front of them, but it's like, what? I'm not gonna do what men say they want. It's like that stuff. Men don't want that thing that's on your head either. We like your natural hair. We like you in your natural state. We like you fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive in your natural state. That's what men want. And what do you get? Strong, independent, argumentative, uncooperative, larger with add-ons. It's not what men want, ladies. It's not what men want. It's not what men want. Ashley, you clicked off. You clicked off, Ashley, and you got to come back. Okay, Tori, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, I'm happy to talk to you. I've been watching your show, binge watching. I'm 43.
First off, okay, 43, go ahead. Are you single or married?
I'm just coming out of a bad relationship.
Are you single or married?
Oh, I'm single. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I didn't hear that part.
All right. So what do you got for me? You got any kids?
Grown, 21, getting ready to be 22.
Oh, how many children?
Just one son.
All right. And you didn't marry his father?
I did not, no.
So why do you think women take so long to get married these days? If ever.
Yeah, if ever. And that's the point I'm at. Like I said, I'm 43. I have my own stuff together. I was in a long relationship, too long. And I think it's lack of knowledge too. If you didn't see a lot of good relationships coming up, or, if that's all you were surrounded by, because that's where I feel like I'm stuck at.
Lack of knowledge? I don't understand.
Not really lack of knowledge, but lack of, sometimes it can be your environment. You know what I mean? I stayed in a bad relationship, and I could say for myself.
How long were you in it?
16 years.
Okay. Well, you're a little bit different, man, because you got to admit, no one says that there's nobody with any. I don't know anybody that says you should be in a 16 relationship and not married. Why did y'all not marry? If you're together all that time, why not marry? Bad or not? It will be because what you ladies don't seem to understand with men, it matters. If you were in a 16-year bad marriage, ranks you higher than being in a 16-year relationship.
It does. And
but no one did he want to get married?
Yes and no. Okay. I don't know really, to be honest.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't.
Hold on. You don't know. Okay. Was your mother and father married?
Yes, for 37 years.
Okay, so I don't.
In a 37-year bad relationship.
I don't give a shit.
Yes. And
Stop, please. We do this too often. Black women, stop judging your mother and father's relationship like he's your man. That's your daddy.
You're absolutely right. The
outcomes are worse. See, what we hear is, I saw a bad relationship, so I'm not going to get married. But then you end up having a bad relationship and not married. That's twice as bad.
You're exactly right.
If your mother and father had a bad marriage, you just got a bad nothing. So I'm using this as an example, so it's not a lack of knowledge.
That's part of the reason why I called in. It's a good example.
I
I've been
I
listening to
think
you
you
and
ladies really don't value marriage. And the church used to in our community, the church used to have some control over women. We used to have a culture that told women you need to do A, B, and C. Now you can do whatever. Now you can be in church and be a single mother and no problems. So now y'all can do. You can have sex. You can have babies. You can have hot girl summer. You can wop. And but the problem is once you're used up and old, that's it. That's it. There's nothing. There's no family. There's no unit. So I hear what you're saying, and I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking kind of through you and around the situation because I think it's not a lack of knowledge. I think that in our community, our women just don't value marriage.
it,
Men want to
it's
get married more than in our community. I know more men that want to get married than women.
and I
Women
didn't look
say they
for
want to get
perfection.
married, but then when push comes to shove, they don't marry.
Yeah. And I
Anybody, black man, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Asian, or other, don't marry anybody.
and I didn't look for perfection, and I've been trying to make it work and get to the point of that. Um, there are some
Perfection.
other
Are you talking about
things that
in
have
the previous relationship?
in the previous relationship. It's
How
just
long?
ended
How
this
long ago did
week.
that end?
It just ended this week.
Oh my God! No, no, no.
Yeah. And I
How long you
reached
been
out.
watching my channel?
I just started watching your channel like
So
maybe
I got.
about a
I want to
month
ask
and a
you.
half
I want to
ago.
ask you a practical question. I want to ask you a real
Okay.
practical question.
Okay.
Did you go to college first? Did you go to college?
I did not go to college.
Okay, but your mother and father are married almost 40 years,
Correct.
and you're how old?
I'm 43.
Okay, so we're contemporaries. Ma'am, I
Mm-hmm.
know you grew up in the United States of America that
Yes.
said marriage is the preferred coupling. I know that. You grew
Yes.
up, listen, you grew up and you grew up in the Cosbys and stuff were on TV. You saw this stuff. So
Correct.
it's not like marriage was foreign. You chose not to get married. You avoided you were in a 16-year relationship
Mm-hmm.
without marriage, and you know that's not how that's supposed to go.
I do know that's how it
Okay,
not
so
how
that's
it's supposed
and what we need, and I think honestly, we need to have more women like yourself start coming forward and say, "I knew better."
I did. And
But
that's
but you
part of the
but you
reason why I
but
called.
you really don't. You don't. You
Now
kind of
I do.
deflect and you soften it. So younger women don't hear you guys saying that I made a mistake and just did. And I stayed in a relationship 15 years too long. So
Well, yeah, it's true. And I'm gonna book a session because I think it's really what you do is more informational than a whole lot of places that you go and look for information on what I should do, how I should start over. I'm gonna book a session with you because um I'm not trying to make it soft. I'm just kind of a little bit soft spoken, but it's some serious things there. And
hold on.
when
I
I
don't want
say
you to get too deep into the person. I don't. Hold on. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Let's go ahead and unmute yourself. Here's the issue. I think women who made you ladies don't tell the younger ladies anything. And what I'm hearing is older women are leaving younger women just out here to twist in the wind. Older men at least try to tell younger men, put them up on game. Y'all should be telling these younger women, don't be out here in these dead end relationships. Don't be with somebody over a year. You can't convince me that you know better than being in a 5-year relationship. I don't know anywhere in this country where people think it's just cool to just be in a relationship, not living together, not even common law, just doing it. Hello, how are you, Miss
Hi,
Lloyd? How are you?
can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
36.
Cool. Are you single or are you married?
Right now I'm single.
What do you mean? Were you married before?
No, I just been engaged.
Oh, okay. Any children?
No, no kids.
Why does it take modern women so long to get married? What's going on?
Um, I think because, well, I'll tell you from my end what I feel like. I feel like that I would rather date until I have my career and I have my lifestyle the way I want it to be, only because it keeps me from being hindered or me falling back on what I need to succeed at in life. I just That's really my MO. I have a lot of stuff going on too, but
How old are you?
36.
And what is your career path?
Well, I plan to go to Columbia College University in Missouri, and I'm taking up art, and it's a format of graphic design I want to do and finish. I'm certified in that, but like
Ma'am,
I
ma'am,
I've
ma'am,
taken
ma'am, 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 ma'am.
okay.
You don't have a career.
I know I'm working on it.
You're almost,
I have
ma'am,
worked
ma'am. I
on
let you, ma'am. Please, I let you speak.
it. Okay.
You're almost 40 years old. Reality time. You're almost 40 years old and talking about going to college to get a graphics design degree and using that as a reason for not wanting to be married. So you can get yourself stable. Then what have you been doing since age 18?
Actually, I went off to work in some type of label music
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I remember. I remember you. Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't
yeah,
work
yeah,
out.
yeah. Uh huh. Have Have you sat down with the therapist like I recommended?
I've been talking to
Have you sat
somebody.
down with the therapist like I recommended?
Oh, I didn't know you
Oh, I
recommended me
did,
that.
ma'am. I remember who you are. I remember who you are, ma'am. There's something. You should sit down with somebody seriously.
Can I ask a question?
Now, ma'am, I really want. I'm trying to. Yes, go ahead.
Is it like you don't believe me?
No, I think there's something amiss with you, ma'am.
What do you
I believe that you believe what you're talking about. Yes. You're the same one. You're the woman who called in, and you were supposedly this artist and musician and all this other kind of stuff. But you're almost 40, and I
No,
think.
I
Okay,
paint
ma'am.
and
All right,
draw.
ma'am. Okay, no, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. You need to sit
Okay.
down. You need to sit down with somebody clinically because what you're saying, ma'am, is fine if you're a young woman, but you have no career, and they're saying, okay. Um, which reminds me, as I roll out my next list on Patreon, so many people are asking because I do recommend therapy often. There's a lot of undiagnosed mental illness going on in the United States, in our community in particular. I'm extremely cognizant of that fact and very sensitive to that fact, regardless as to what my critics and detractors may believe. There's a difference between people who are being willfully stubborn sign language and then something really being chemically traumatically something like that. I have the utmost sympathy and empathy for those situations, and I don't try to deal with that. I recommend that to professionals.
Right.
Any show like this, any show like this, you're going to do some overlap and some there's going to be people who come in from all sectors. You can't filter that in or out. My goal is to, if I identify something like that, to as professionally and effectively uh, handle that call and move it on out of the queue because that's not entertainment. It's not entertainment and it's not information in the sense that that's something that needs to be professionally handled, not not for this kind of show. So yes, ma'am. And I'm working on actually putting together a list of providers and resources of people that I know and can recommend out to people who are really truly looking for answers and solutions. Because when I typically say seek therapy, I understand that's maybe casting a wide net, and that's because I'm not really ready to say go here or go there or go this or that. When I recommend something, I have to be able to stand by it. So at this point, that's the best I can do. Say I recommend therapy, and I think a lot of us need this. because a lot of these fears we have are irrational. Irrational. What do I mean by irrational? You hear so many women, modern women, talking about they don't want to get married because of this career. And 80% of women, 90% of women have jobs. They don't have careers. 80% of men, 70 to 80% of men have jobs. 9 out of 10 of you have a job. Meaning you're not management, middle management, executive management, corporate leadership. You've got a job. That is not a career. If you were to be, if Thanos, if you were to be gone tomorrow, that company would not miss a beat because you are not critical to that organization. So stop using, Ashley, come back. So stop using this so-called career as a women use a career as a way to hide the fact that they're terrified of picking wrong. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Samuels. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Any children?
Yes, 2.
Are you single or are you married?
Engaged
Okay. How long have you been engaged?
for a while.
What does that mean?
Maybe about 5 years now.
Have you called in before?
No.
Why are you engaged for five? Where's your fiance?
He's here. But I would say mostly it's my fault. And I think it's just been because of fear. Um, like I've been listening to your show and I know it's not good to compare my relationship with my parents, but that's kind of like where my fear comes from. So
Are your children
we're
by
not
your
married.
fiance?
Yes.
Let me get this straight. You have 2 children with this man.
Yes.
You've been with him for 5 years.
No, I've been with him for 12 years, but we've been engaged 5 years.
Okay. And because of something you saw your mama and daddy do, you can't carry your ass down to the county courthouse and file a $35 marriage certificate and pay $65 to the justice of the peace to perform a ceremony.
Well, I do now.
You do now
because I've
what?
been watching you for so long.
Yeah, but why? What does your mother and father have to do with the man you chose to reproduce with twice?
Nothing.
So I'm gonna say something, and I want you to really think about this. If you had not watched my show, okay, and let's say God forbid, your fiance would have been called home with CV-19. You think you would have missed him not being in your life?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So my point is, you've taken this man for granted that he's not going to leave
Yes.
because he's been there for 12 years. Y'all been engaged for 5. If you're the holdup, if that's what I'm hearing, why not just go ahead and formalize this?
I will.
I mean, what's the real reason? I mean, because how old is your oldest child?
They're both 4. They're twin girls.
Well, I mean, and I'm asking because if you don't, I mean, you don't think he'll leave? I don't think you think he'll leave.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, why shouldn't he? I mean, realistically, why shouldn't he? You're not on camera, by the way. Why shouldn't he leave? Why shouldn't he?
Well, because I think I've changed a lot and I've been more submissive to him, which I had a really hard time. I had a hard time always trying to prove myself right. Um, and he's worked with me a lot and has been patient with me and helping me.
All right.
And yeah.
But it's power. You're withholding the one thing that he said that you seem like he says he wants.
Hmm.
Okay, does he withhold anything from you?
No.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? You're an attractive woman, ma'am, so you have this pretty privileged thing going on. But let me tell you right now, real talk, without him, you're just a baby mama or two out here. Without him, guys will date you and have sex with you. Ain't nobody gonna put up with this.
Right.
You might want to take time to really take stock of how fortunate you are to have somebody who's willing to work with you and wait on you.
Yes,
Because
sir.
at this point, you're withholding what he wants, and you said it out of your mouth. He doesn't withhold anything from you. If this were the other way around, and it was a man withholding something from a woman, and a woman not withholding anything from that man, what would they call that man?
Mhm.
I didn't hear you. What would they call him? Say the words, ma'am. You need to hear yourself say the words. What would they call that man?
I don't know.
What do you think? If a woman was giving and wouldn't withhold anything from her man, and the man knew that she wanted something, withheld something from her that he could give her, what would they call him?
Power grabber?
Excuse me?
A power grabber? No.
Would it be nice words?
No.
No?
No, sir.
Asshole, jerk, manipulative, dog. See, what I need you folks to understand is this is not what the media talks about, but this is the reality that happens more than you guys want to admit. Men with women willing to work with women and deal with their traumas and their issues that these men have no business trying to do. These women are supposed to already be ready to be a wife. But men, black men in particular, are willing to work with women, black women in particular, to try to understand, give grace, mercy. But what do they get in return? They can't even get the basic dignity of bottom line respect and treatment that any other group of men can get. You get men coming into this country illegally, the women respect them more than they respect men, and then they'll have children for you. Man, that's why I say, that's why I use the whole example of if he were to be taken, then you'd be crying. Then they'd be crying. Oh, I wish I'd have married him. I know there are men in the chat room right now who are co-signing exactly what I'm saying. Because there are women out there right now who know you got a man who is down for your dirty motherfucking draws. And you know he wants something solid with you, and you are withholding it from him because you are scared of something that man ain't done. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on all of you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, April.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
How old are you, by the way?
38.
Good. Are you single or married?
Divorced.
Well, at least you got married. You got any sisters?
I do.
Are they
She's
married?
married.
Are they single or married or what?
She's married.
Uh-oh. Well, you in
Brother's married.
Okay, then. Well, then y'all got married. Why do you think the rest of these women can't even at least get married and get divorced? At least you try it.
honestly,
A
I just
divorcee is
feel.
better than an ex-girlfriend. That's right. God damn it. You count more. Go ahead.
Oh gosh. So honestly, I just feel like people need to be 100% whole within themselves, right? So women need to, like I heard one lady say that she was dealing with traumas from her childhood past or whatever have you. It's
Mm-hmm.
your responsibility to make yourself happy first. Um, focus on yourself, get your life together, know what you want, and then you find someone that you could build with. And that doesn't always mean that somebody has to make six figures to do that. You can get to six figures together collectively. You could surpass six figures collectively. Um, but it's all about you knowing who you are and bringing something to the table.
You know, I hear where your heart is,
Hmm.
but then I deal with the practicality of where this world is. And I want to put a clock on that. Women are broken, are not holding themselves, and all these other things. All right. How long is it going to take a woman from the age 18 to get to the point of where you just described? What age will
Well,
she?
it took me a bunch of bumps and bruises to
But
actually get to that
but
knowledge
about
within
what
myself.
age would? But what I want to understand about what age would she be when all that's done?
Right. Honestly speaking, if we were more honest about what it is that we should be doing and looking for, then I feel like younger women would have a better direction as to what they should
But
be
I'm still not
focused on.
okay. But what I'm not to
Mhm.
okay. Everything you just laid out takes a long time.
Right.
How long?
It actually shouldn't take long at all, but it took me
Okay,
a
how
long
long?
time.
How
It took
long?
me
How long?
therapy and
How long? About how long?
so I was in a relationship marriage for 15 years and
No, I'm
so
not talking about the marriage. See,
oh okay.
you said what women should do before they're ready, and I'm just saying that's ideal. How long should that?
Honestly, we should bring our daughters up to know.
But I get that's what we should do. But see,
Right.
you're not
So you're
answering the
saying for
question.
the woman right now,
Yes, for the
how
woman
should
who's
they
18 years
know?
old, she's legally an adult. How
Right.
long should it take for her to get ready to be the woman you described? How long?
She could take 2 years, a year.
Okay.
It's
All
all
right.
up to
See, that's
her
see
or
that's
what she
okay. See,
wants to
that's the problem.
dedicate
That's the
into getting
problem.
to the
And that's the
bottom
problem.
of.
That's the problem with what you just said.
Right.
What you
What is it?
said was speaking aspirationally.
Hmm.
You should be holding yourself and do this and do that and do this. And you know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking is what most men are thinking.
Yeah, the time to.
That.
Yeah.
And then when I ask you, you had to admit, I don't know how long that shit should take. Because the answer is you didn't want to say it. That shit could take 10 years.
It could.
But you
It
didn't want to
definitely
say
could.
that. But
No,
you
well,
didn't want
I was saying it's up to the woman,
No,
really.
it's not. No, see that's
You're only in control of yourself. So if you
all
don't
right,
want to do
all
the
right.
work for
Understand.
yourself,
Okay, see,
then
the way you ladies speak to one another is in these parables. And you don't give direction. And I'm sitting here, men are practical. Direction. How long?
mhm,
Because our community is broken. 80% of us are born without fathers. Most of us don't see parents growing up. How long is it going to take somebody who is growing up in our community to get to the point where you're saying it ain't going to take 6 months? So by the time they get there, there's an average time. Some are shorter, some are longer. There's still an average. I'm trying to get you to give me an average, but you won't give it. I'll give it. I think an average will take about 7 to 10 years. Split the difference. You're talking about 8.5, 9 years. That means she'll be in her late 20s by the time she's ready for marriage, if she's willing to do all that work.
mm.
Now, what did it look like going to tell a bunch of women, hey, you need to go from your mama's house to go in process for 10 years? I think your heart is in the right place, but I don't think we don't have the ability to put 10 people on the shelf for 10 years. I think yes, people need to be honest about how broken they are. Honest about how scared they are. Because just like a woman needs to get her shit together, men on over here too, because even if they go from 18 to 30, working and building on their purpose at 30 and they start looking around, are they ready for a wife? Both of these people are going to be equally flawed in different ways. And they're both going to, in my opinion, they're going to have to both understand and be willing to give grace and mercy to one another instead of expecting this end goal of what you're talking about because it sounds good, but it's not very practical. That's what I'm trying to get to. Because what you're saying, I can already hear the young ladies asking the questions. Yeah, how that long gonna take?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying as well.
So that's why I mean, because that's what ends up happening. That's why a lot of young women come over here because they're trying to get to understand what's the next step. And because women who have already been down that path, y'all talk fluff and not, hey, it's gonna take you about 5 years to get this shit together. So thanks, appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, did y'all understand where I was kind of going with that? That that's a nice notion, but it's your utopian that we should all be well balanced and well rounded. We're fucked up. We're human. Even the best of us are jacked up. See, I always thought that you just need to pick somebody who's crazy match your crazy. Does your crazy match my crazy, or does your crazy make my crazy go nuts? I'm jacked up, you jacked up. I'm scared, you're afraid. I don't know, you don't know either. But I'm going this way and I can work and get this done. You going that way with me. All we have to do is make an agreement to do it together. I'll stick with you, you'll stick with me. And here's the ultimate agreement. We both don't know what we're doing, but we're going to stay in it. We don't leave. That's what needs to happen. We agree and don't leave. Not, well, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. French toast your happiness. F your feelings. Duty. I made a commitment, a bond. I'm going to ride this out. Well, I only have one life and I should be happy. Stop listening to these prosperity pimps and preachers and telling you should be happy. You should be committed. Miss Carter.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28. I'll be 29 in September.
Okay, single or married? Which one are you?
I'm single.
Any children?
No.
What's taking you so long to get married then?
I don't know if that's for me. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I just don't think it's for me. Like, my mom had kids really, really young, and I
Okay.
feel like she never had a chance to like grow into like you were just talking about the other woman
Grow
about like
into
that time.
what?
How you were just saying like the time frame to where you need to figure out like that trauma, whatever else. Just come into whoever you're gonna be. So I looked at her like how she struggled to like raise kids, and she had kids at 16, so it's kind of
Does
hard
she
for
have a
her to like
husband?
figure out. Listen,
No,
I
no, no, no.
think
I'm just
so.
asking, does she have a husband, man?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I really don't
Okay,
know.
well, then
Like
you
she got
can't
married to
equate.
my brother's dad.
Then you can't equate what I asked with your mother.
No, I'm just saying from like why I don't think that's for me in terms of like getting married and all of that and all
But
that.
ma'am, you're saying you watched your mother struggle and not coming to her own. You're not talking about a woman who was married. You're talking
But
about a
she had
woman
kids though, and if I
that.
get
Okay,
married, I'll.
listen.
Oh gosh, my bad.
A young teenage mother having kids is not on the same playing field as a woman with a husband and a marriage having a family. Those are two completely different things just because they can both have kids. Where in your mind does that make sense?
I think for me, I just want to like figure out myself before I engage in all of that, is what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense.
Okay. But what I'm saying is
Mhm.
trying to equate a teenage mother with the natural, healthy union of husband and wife and nuclear family that has been the template for society for time immemorial is ignorant.
Oh, okay.
This is the way nature made it. But you want to go out and discover the world yourself. While you're out, how much sex are you having?
Me right now, I'm not
Are you a
seeing any.
virgin?
No, I'm not.
All right, so you're out and but you're sexually active when you choose to be.
Correct.
Right. So you're out doing dicks,
What?
exploring the world, and how is that making you a better wife one day?
Like, I'm not actively dating right now. I feel
Doesn't
like,
matter, ma'am. The point
right.
is, you ladies, Okay, I get it. Your mom had a rough time, but that ain't you.
Right.
Did you go to college?
Correct. I did, yeah.
Did you graduate?
I did, yeah.
You did or did not?
I did.
You did? What's your degree in?
I have a degree in mass communication. I'm currently in an accelerated nursing program. So
Mass
I'll finish that in
communication?
December.
And what?
Correct. I I have a degree in mass communications and I graduated in December with a nursing degree.
All right. Oh my God, a
Yeah.
communications nurse. The worst parts of the Bible. Whew.
Oh wow. I
Yes.
get
Oh
it.
wow. Oh wow is right. So, what state do you live in?
I live in Louisiana currently. That's where
Great.
I'm from.
Great. Do you plan on making in excess of six figures in your career?
Yes, I plan to be a CRNA eventually once I finish.
Yeah. So a nurse, right?
Yeah, I want to be a
Uh,
certified registered nurse anesthetist.
one of the professions that higher value men tend to avoid like the plague. By the way,
Okay.
I'm just telling the audience. I'm letting everybody know this is the template, guys, so you understand where this came from. This is a template because this is
Mhm.
what it tends to attract. Go back to the 37-year-old nurse who got pregnant with the man that had the baby in under a month. This is the template. I didn't make this shit up. This is what men fear right here. So I get it. But after it's all said and done, you make money. You find
Uh-huh.
yourself. You're 38 years old. Then what?
Uh-huh.
Then what?
I'll just take care of myself. That's it.
Okay. You'll take care of yourself. To the end. You
Hmm.
got any siblings?
I do. I have three.
Sisters?
One.
Hmm. All right. So, just if you're going to be in healthcare, um, let's run the numbers. You haven't
Wait,
graduated
can
yet.
I say what I
We
called
haven't.
her?
Oh no. Before we do that, you haven't graduated yet, right?
No.
Okay. How much is it going to? How much do you think it's going to take you to retire? How much money do you think you need to retire on from 65 to 85? Ballpark.
I know. I watched one of your videos. She says like you were like $1 million or something like that. You said somewhere around there.
I know what I know, but I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm not like a
Well, but no,
materialistic
man. But
person.
you should. But see, you have to. See, you
Oh,
have
wow.
to. No, you have to.
Okay.
And it's not
Okay.
that you should. You're 28. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You're by yourself, alone. You have to know.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like 150. I don't know.
150, $150,000 for 20 years.
I guess, yeah. If it's just
150.
me,
Excuse me,
you said I'm
ma'am.
taking care of
Ma'am,
myself.
you
So
$150,000 to last over a period of 20 years.
yeah. If
This
it's
is
just
why,
me,
ma'am. So $150,000 to last over 20 years. That's less than ten thousand
hmm
dollars a year.
yeah.
This is why women need men. Thank you for proving why you need us.
Yeah.
Without us, without us, so many women into destruction, just like this. They're not planning. They don't think. I let you talk. She
Mm-hmm.
wants to be a communications traveling nurse and making over six figures. But when it's all said and done, she says she's going to take care of herself, right? At 38, she's going to take care of herself. And I simply ask, how much you going to need from 65 to 85? She knows what I've said, but she don't know because they don't. They just think right here. Life is right here for most women. Feelings right here. There is no future. That is what we do. We are their salvation. When women get mad when I say we don't need you, you need us, this is why. Because you don't think it is not you're in your feelings right here. Life is right here in the stomach and right here in the woman's, right here. She said $150,000 for 20 years. 20. All it would take is quick math. Divide that. That's not even $10,000 a year. That's below minimum wage in her elder years. Sad state of affairs. College educated black woman. But a man is so not what she needs that this is a better alternative. I can't make this shit up.
I'll make you famous.
You can't make this shit up. So my critics and detractors may not like my method. You may think I'm an asshole, but I think you should be more concerned with what you just heard.
Wow.
Ma'am, you said it yourself. Marriage isn't for you. Okay, cool. I'm fine with
What if
that.
I get a
But
little
you have
tiny
to be able
house
to
like
take
that's
care of
like
yourself. Ma'am,
$15,000?
you
So,
have to be able to take care of yourself for a lifetime.
right.
What did you say? You were kind of low.
What if I buy me a little tiny house? It's like $11,000 and I live on some land. How is that not sufficient?
To live on $10,000 a month for 20 years?
No, they have little tiny homes that you
Right.
purchase.
But ma'am, I asked you, okay, tiny homes. You could have a tiny home,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have to live.
Correct.
You own a tiny home.
Mm-hmm.
You said $150,000 over 20 years. Who do you live with right now?
I live alone. Excuse me, I live alone.
Do you pay rent?
Mm-hmm.
How much is
I
your
do.
rent? How much is your rent?
$525.
Then are you getting student loans?
Yeah. I also work, so
Okay.
I still pay my own bills.
So from 65 to 85, you're in your elder years and you're
Mm-hmm.
going into medicine.
Mm-hmm.
People who are in their elder years need medication, doctor's visits. Elderly people are expensive.
I mean, I understand that. That's definitely true. But I feel like I'll take care of myself to the point where it's not like I won't have diabetes and hypertension, all those other things that
Okay.
require more
So
care.
you'll take care of
So,
yourself enough to where you can live on less than $1,000 a month.
I mean, that's the plan. Not realistically, obviously you have to plan and figure out realistically, but you just asked me a question. Like I don't really know. I haven't sat down and
Well,
thought about it.
but that's the point, ma'am.
But
See, that's the point, ma'am. You're almost 30 years old. You're not a child. That's why I'm being so
I'm not
direct with you. No,
you're
no, no,
correct.
no, no. But see, the thing is, because you choosing to go down the path of I don't need no man, I'll take care of myself. You have to know now, because I got news for you. The reason you don't know is because in the places you don't want to talk about, you really feel like somebody's gonna come save you. The
Oh no, that's
government,
not me.
ma'am.
That's
Who is
not
going
me.
to? Okay, ma'am.
That's not me. Like at
How in
all.
the French toast do you expect to live on $10,000, less than $10,000 a year?
I
Actually,
mean, we've already addressed that I didn't think about it, but like I'm
well, it's not my
obviously
fault
going
that you
to.
didn't think about it. I gave
Okay.
you plenty of time to think. You know what I said. If I said millions, why would you say 150? It's not my fault that you can't think. College student, educated
Okay.
woman,
I'm gonna
almost
go
30 years
because
old.
this is unnecessarily whatever you want to call it, but
It's not unnecessary. It is very necessary. And if you didn't want to be here, you don't have to be here. It is not my fault that you
I
don't know what the
understand.
fuck you're talking
Okay.
about. And it's not my
Well,
fault
you
that you
have a
don't know
good
what you're
night.
talking about.
Okay. I heard you the first time.
I mean, you're
So
upset. You're okay.
I'm not upset. I just
Well,
don't
if you
feel the
don't
need to go
understand,
back and forth
if
aggressive.
you don't understand, ma'am, that as an
It's not
adult,
about me not understanding.
if you don't understand as an adult
Hmm.
that we're responsible to take care of ourselves, and that you have to be responsible for your care, housing, lodging, food for the last 20 years of your life, you'll have no children and no husband. That means all of what you're going to be able to take from is what you make. And if you think $150,000 is enough, you're going to be homeless.
Hmm.
Because a woman making $50,000 a year from age 25 to 65, saving $200 a month in the same scenario would need $2.7 million. And you're going to make more than that. So you would need more. And the fact that you have no concept of what I'm even talking about, don't get frustrated with how I'm talking to you. You should be more frustrated with your ignorance about the subject because this is your choice. This is what freedom is, ladies. You want it to be free. You don't want to be up under the patriarchy. You don't want to be up under the man. This is what it means. Because if I talk to a man like this, he would understand. He would understand exactly what's going on.
She belongs to the streets.
That's what we got coming for us if we don't plan. You guys are allowed to walk through life like this, not us. This is what freedom is. Look at this. This is what I'm thinking. So my critics and detractors, this is what it gets when you lie to women. When you tell them that queens and this and that, and it'll be all right. And God gonna make it okay. When you tell them they don't need nobody, this is what happens. Hope y'all got a room for them. G6, I hope you got bunk beds and room on that plane for women like her. Where they gonna be? Because they listen to y'all. Because they don't listen to us because we're mean. You cannot make this shit up. And she's laughing like this is funny. $150,000 a year. 150. I thought she was gonna say $150,000 a year. She's like $150,000. I can live in a tiny house. What? I can live in a tiny house. I can eat cat food. God damn. That's one for the record books.
Winter is coming.
That is one for the record books. Oh my God.
Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. I can't change what I am. I'ma be what I wanna be. I'ma keep a sack on me. I'ma keep a sack on me.
Winter's coming.
Fell in love with the money and the problem. Winter is coming. Fell in love with the money and the drama. Mama picking and choosing, see me focusing on improvement. You don't like what I am, but you love what I do. See me counting up all these numbers. See, in a way I am stuck up. Watch me count this money all up.
Coming.
Watch me pile this money all up. Watch me count this money all the way to the top. Little mama picking and choosing, see me focusing on improvement. You don't like what I am, but you love what I do. See me counting up all these numbers. Better get to the top because the winter is coming. Run through the hood in the middle of the summer. Playing with the racks like it's a game of tennis. Mind your own manners and mind your damn business. I've been practicing what I'm preaching. I've been working on a weekend. I can't talk to you no more. I'm just focused in my zone. I'm just trying to keep it simple.
No
while you
dignity.
focused on your mental. I can't play these games no more. Now why you playing on my phone? I can't change what I am. I'ma be what I wanna be. I'ma keep a sack on me. I'ma keep a sack on me.
Keep it on to the streets.
With the money and the
Pew, pew, pew.
with the money and the
Pew,
drama.
pew, pew.
Cards and visas. See me stacking up playing defense. Give me your reasons why you sound just like a heathen. I ain't going to no 4 seasons. Why you checking up on the weekend? I'm not into playing games, oh no. You and your friends got me wrong. I'm not into back and forth. I don't want to play the sport. You can keep your money 'cause I got my own and I got more. I don't want to be your friend. Keep me out that city zone. I don't know what they done told you, but I know they told you wrong. I'm just working on all my issues. I'm just handing out all my tissues.
Winter is coming.
Oh my God. I'm going to hell. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm sorry. All the rest of you ladies with some sense.
Get to the chopper!
And I gotta do this for myself. I'm sorry. Bad Kevin.
Shame.
Bad Kevin.
Shame.
Bad.
Shame.
Bad. All I need is a tiny house. Oh shit. You cannot make this up. Start off with Lady Red and ended up with the Deadhead. Two beautiful bookends. All right, now seriousness though. Young ladies like her have seen their mothers struggle, make bad decisions, and ultimately instill fear in them. That's what's driving these decisions. Fear. Fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of how they'll look to other women. They don't really fear marriage. They fear getting married and it not working and then looking stupid to other women. That's what this is, gentlemen. It's not us. It's about how they feel about themselves in front of other women. You got to understand that women care about the good opinion of their peers more than anything else. And modern women have told this myth of not needing a man so much to where women who need men today are called pick-me's. They are made to feel like they're less than women. So if a woman actually gets inside of her nature or who she really is and taps into her divine feminine and says, I really want to be a woman and a wife and a mother, they are made to feel stupid and small. Because today, to be a natural woman means to be a strong, independent, I don't need no man.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
That's what it means for these modern women, that they need to be able to have hot girl summer and flip their hair and this and that when they're really scared little girls on the inside who are saying, I don't want to do this. This pressure is for shoulders, not for hips, and I can't handle it. But I can't say it because if I actually say it out loud to these other women who have their degrees, I'm a PhD, and their jobs, they will savage me. They will tell me, well, why'd you go to college? Why'd you get this? Why'd you get that? You did all that. That's what it is, guys. If we could honestly do this and get modern women to support coupling, marriage, family with modern women and not disdain or insult them if it didn't happen to work, you would see an increase overnight. That's what these women are afraid of. Looking like a fool in front of their friends. That's why they make up these stories to tell each other. The stories these women tell each other have nothing to do with you and I. These are horror stories that they tell each other. They tell each other about their own goddamn poltergeist. They know what scares each other. Godfather said it. That's why you are what it is, man. I'm not gonna put you on camera. I don't even know why you came over here looking like that. That woman came over here with a bonnet. Yeah, if you want to look like they go on somebody else's channel. That's what it is. So people can think that I don't know what I'm talking about. Then it's just games and sound effects. But that last 2 minutes is really what it is. And I guarantee you, you're gonna see women in the comment section saying, yeah. Because you would be amazed, gentlemen, at how women savage other women who try to get out of the bucket. Crab in the bucket, you'd be amazed at how many single modern women keep other women who want a man, who want a family, who want a union, how they keep them stuck. That's why I keep saying, guys, if you really want a better outcome, like it or not, I didn't make the world, you didn't make the world. We're going to have to make it safe for the kind of women who want a different outcome to come onto this side, to actually get into to be a pick-meisha. Guys, you're going to have to make it safe, because unless you plan on buying a dog or cat or hanging out with your homie, everybody ain't going to, like it or not, somebody going to have to pick. I personally prefer making yourself the best version of yourself so you have the utmost options. But still, it comes down to eventually, gentlemen, there aren't a large amount of single millionaires and billionaires. That comes later. That program comes later. Some of you guys may be too young to understand that, but you don't really see a bunch. You get tired of ripping and running and having rotations 5 deep. There comes a time when things start to change in life, but no matter what, it needs to be on your terms, to where you're king, she's queen, where she respects the position and the place you have for her, and she's not coming in here acting like she's entitled to what you've built. I'm still on your side. Remember that, gentlemen. So I appreciate the women that call in. Even that last woman, she don't know. I get it, young lady, you scared. You scared, you don't know no better. But what you're talking about is not good. It's not good no matter how you slice it. It's not good no matter how you slice it. And no other group of people try to get to the end of life by themselves. The world is not set up for individuals living to the end of days. The healthcare system is not set up. The infrastructure is not set up. And it's not going to change in your lifetime. You have to figure out how to get along with somebody, ladies. If you're lucky, you'll do it sooner than later. But you know what? It's been good. It's been great. Tomorrow, I'm going to be over on Patreon with an announcement. I've talked about Patreon, rolling out the Patreon community this week, the exclusive online community. Patreon will be a place where you will, overtimes and stuff like that won't be here. They'll be over on Patreon. Stuff that gets shown on Patreon will only be on Patreon. Get ready for an experience in a private online community. $5 is general admission, and as I roll it out, yeah, obviously there are different levels of different involvement. But hey, I got to get up out of here. It's been cool. It's been great. Your godfather's getting ready to go out of town on a vacation. I need one. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Until next time, peace. We are join Patreon where we finish this discussion. I'm a PhD.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me.
Don't be scared.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell me midnight, 'cause I'll find no better one. Yeah, susceptible now. Getting back the moment flies. Ooh, so tell me goodnight, 'cause I'll find no better one. Ooh, susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to it.